Okay, I'm going to review a product that I've been excited about getting in for a while. This is Kingdom Canine's Bite Table. I met Matt at AT Canine last year, checked out his table, loved it. I love doing table work. When I go teach, I often hope they have a table there. So I'm changing that up a little bit. If I go teach and I can drive to you, I'm bringing my table. So I know I've got a table to work on. If you're unfamiliar with table work, it's great for bite work. It's also great for a lot of obedience behaviors. You can do a lot of different things on this table. It's not just about bite work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all the different parts. I'm going to weigh them. I'm going to measure them. I'm going to do a pretty detailed review of this product. I just got back from Kentucky where I taught a 3-day law enforcement decoy course. We used this table for 3 days and I had 14 dogs in class. So there was a lot of use and I got a really good feel for how the table is going to work out for me. When I contacted Matt about actually buying one of these, what I wanted was something a little bit shorter than his standard design. I think his normal design is 6 feet long and I wanted something just a little bit under 5 feet. So I was looking for about 4 feet and 10 inches in length. The reason for that is I wanted to make it even more mobile and easy for me to transport. I actually took this table about 8 hours away and I drove my wife's RAV4. It fit in the back just fine, broken down, super easy to travel with. And I love that because if I'm in my 4Runner, I know it's going to fit really easy. I have a small trailer sometimes I take with me. It'll fit in that trailer no problem, and I can pack a lot of gear. Okay, let's get started with some of the pieces. I want to weigh some of these first. So here are the legs. Obviously, there's 4 legs, and let's get some weights on these. Okay, that leg came out at 7.5 pounds. So all 4 of them, total weight of the legs, we're looking at what, 30 pounds for all the legs. And as far as a height, let's get a height on these legs. These are going to come in right at, from the ground, I'm looking at about 33 inches. So this is 4x4 lumber. It's obviously very strong, used for construction. I was happy with how the legs held up. There's pre-drilled holes, which we'll get to when we actually start putting this together. All the legs are numbered too. This one's number 5, 6. We've got 1, 2 over here. Makes it really easy when you're actually piecing this together. You know which leg goes where. The base of the leg is made by Tough Lock, it looks like, or I'm sorry, Tough Block. So this is just some type of base that you can use for a 4x4. You've probably seen construction where maybe they're using 4x4 for the base of a deck. They'll have those deck blocks. Similar, this is just a plastic version, so it's a little bit lighter and it's pretty stable. It did a good job on the ground. Okay, next thing we'll look at is this support frame, which is going to go around the bottom of the legs. This is going to come in with a weight of right at 10 pounds. So when we put this together, this will go around the bottom of the legs. It'll give it more support. Next thing is the actual table part. So this is one of the heavier parts, and this is made from construction grade lumber and HDPE material, which is a polymer plastic, and that's what's on top. And that's going to be very, very durable. It's strong. I really like it because it gives just enough traction where the dog is comfortable, but also doesn't allow them to really kind of anchor down and start pulling in the grips or something like that. So really nice material. Let's get a weight on it. Okay, this weight came in right at 30 pounds. Let's get some measurements on this. So as far as overall width of the table, we've come in right at 2 feet. And as far as length of the table, it came in at 58 inches, so 4 feet 10 inches. That was the length that I wanted. That's perfect. Next thing we'll check is the actual bar that you're tying into. So this is made out of steel. Let's get a weight on this. This comes in at 6 pounds. We'll go over this a little bit more once I get the table set up, but they give you a back tie line that is made by Ben Rader. We've got brass snaps, so easily strong enough for what we're doing. Those are on a swivel, so you're not going to get a lot of line twist. And something that Ben did that I really liked is when he made this, this is basically a rifle sling adapter. So when I ran my 2-point sling on my AR when I was a cop, this was the type of attachment I use, and it made adjustments with that rifle sling super easy. You can do it on the fly. You can pull this way really easy. But then all you got to do to go the other way is push up, and you can lengthen it. So great design, really well made, of course, because Ben made it. So I like this. We'll get into that a little bit more later. Okay, last parts are the actual walls of the table. So they can do a lot of cool things with this. When I was talking to Matt, he said, hey, send me your logo. Put the logo on there. Of course, he's got his logo from Kingdom Canine on here. And the walls are really very heavy. And the reason for that is they're adding stability to the table, but that metal back tie that we just showed you is actually going to go all the way through the wall and come up. So the legs of that back tie are supported by the wall and it all just comes together really nicely. But let's get a weight on this. This will be pretty heavy. Okay, weight on the walls comes in at 38 pounds. So times that by 2, and let's get some specs on this. The wall is going to be 2 feet high, and this came in right at 4 feet. So once I get it assembled, you'll be able to see it, but there's going to be a little bit of a platform that extends past the walls, which is perfect for what we're doing with bite work. Last thing you're going to get with your bite table is your bag of hardware. So I love that Matt did this. He basically made everything the same, so it keeps it really simple. If you ever have to replace something, these are all readily available parts at Home Depot. Basically 9/16 bolts. Makes it really easy to put together. I just have to use one socket for this, and it goes together very, very easily. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna start putting this together. I wanna put this almost on a time lapse and just time how long it takes me to put it together so you have a good idea of your setup time. I put it together twice so far. When I first got it home, I put it together so that I kind of knew how it worked. And then I set it up for the first time to use this week at the seminar I just did. So this will be my third time to put it together. That'll give you a pretty good idea of how long it's going to take, but also I think that'll probably speed up over time. Something that's really smart is instead of just having 4 legs and hoping you figure out where they go, they're actually all numbered, right? So there's little numbers on the insides of the legs, and this makes it really easy when you're matching up all the different parts. So you can arrange your legs properly, come in and put your platform on, and you're gonna basically match those numbers up. So should be fairly easy for anyone to set up. All I need for this is I'm going to use a drill, but you don't need a drill. You could just use sockets. It's obviously going to take you a little bit longer, but I've got a 9/16 deep socket so that I can get all the way in there on the bolts, and I'm just going to use a channel lock to grab the nut on the other side. So pretty easy setup. I'll get to work and I'll let you know how long this takes. All done. Easy work. Okay, all in all, that was a 12-minute setup for me by myself, and it was the third time that I've put it together. So if you had someone helping, you can easily get this under 10 minutes, and I bet over time I'll get this under 10 minutes by myself too. So pretty reasonable. You know, it's not a long setup. This is super sturdy. It's it's such a well-made table. When you're putting it together, I think you'll really appreciate the craftsmanship as far as like all the pre-drilled holes. Everything makes sense. Everything just lines up really nicely. It's not a hard thing to put together, and it's just really well made. I'm going to put Brew on here, and we'll let you see what it looks like with the dog in the box, and we may even do some grip work. We'll see. Okay, table's all set up. Here is a closer look at it. This is after 3 days working 14 dogs each day, so held up really nicely. Here's your back tie that I was talking about. I'm gonna try and let you see this, but basically a rifle sling up here, or rifle sling slide is probably a better way to do it, but this moves really nicely, and you can make those adjustments for the length that you need for each dog, however they're set up on a harness or a collar or whatever they're using. So brass snaps, nice quality. Those are obviously going to bend before they break. So check your equipment, check your sew points. This is done with a bar attacker. So Ben did a nice job sewing those. Those should hold up really well. Hey, Brew, come here. Come over here. Ready? We're going up. Big jump. It's a big jump, though. You got to get up there. Up. Good girl. Good. Turn around. There you go, sweetheart. That's nice, huh? That's nice. Let's get you tied in. We're going to plug in right here. And let me check your adjustments. You gonna work a little bit? Muzzle. Yes. Good girl. Muzzle. Yes. Good girl. Lots of uses for tables like this. I do muzzle work where I teach the muzzle. Just makes the dog in a better spot. She's not running around. I can contain her movement. So tables are not just for bite work. Yes. Good. That's nice. That's nice. Good girl. Down. Yes. Sit. Stand. Yes. Okay, and of course we can work on the table. We've got Brew in the table, and we've got the Kirby Canine Demone Better Belgian Sleeve. We'll do a little bit of grip work. You can see how that works, and see how she likes the table. Stellan. Good. 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 I can make adjustments on the fly with this. I can shorten this up if I want to, or even lengthen it. Good. Ooh. Ooh. Good. 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 Good girl. There you go. You get a better view of what this looks like up here. Okay, that is the Kingdom Canine bite table. I love this piece of equipment. I think they did a great job manufacturing this. I think you'll really like it. If you're interested in buying one of these, check out Kingdom Canine. I think you can find them on Facebook, Instagram. Check out his website. He's a good dude. He's a cop that's actually working on the street. I love that. Love that he made something that benefits both his training but also the canine community as a whole.